Hello everyone, Matt Tilley, the British bloke, first team real estate. Doing a video today. Yesterday I was talking to someone and they kept saying, why is it so important what agent in the modern day with technology, everyone has access to the internet, why does it really matter what agent you choose? And I know this person well, and they're very open-minded, and I was thinking, you know what, if they're thinking that, a lot of people must be just thinking, doesn't really matter what agents we choose, they're just gonna put it on the multiple listing service and sell our house, and that will get our money, and that's that. And quite frankly, I think I couldn't disagree more. I think choosing your real estate agent is so important. Obviously it's not a marriage. Maybe it is for 3 months or 2 months, however long it takes your house to sell your house, but it really is an important relationship. Maybe one of the most important relationships you're going to have throughout your life. We all know selling houses can be an extremely stressful process. And I really feel just number one, I'm going to try and think of 10 reasons why it's important to choose the right real estate agent. Number one, I think, is someone you can trust, someone you feel comfortable with, someone you feel at ease with. You're going to have questions along the way. And if you don't feel at ease with your agent, like you don't want to bother them by calling them or by emailing them, or you feel as though they're not going to respond, that straight off, that's not someone you're going to want to work with in a stressful time. So, meet with agents, find out kind of who you gel with, similar senses of humor or backgrounds. Don't just choose the first agent you meet. And I honestly think that you have to gel with your agent. You have to see them as a friend. Hopefully, if it's the first time you're buying a house, you want to use them again. You want to build that relationship, use them again for your second or your third house, or if you're buying an investment property. So, number one, make sure you're compatible. It's a huge reason. Number two, make sure they're proactive. It's not the market of 3 years ago where you could just put a house on the MLS and it would sell. The market shifted a little bit. You're going to really need a proactive agent now, especially in the $1 million plus category, to get your home sold. So ask them, what are you doing to sell my house? Yes, I know you're going to put it on the multiple listing service, but what else are you doing? Are you door knocking? Are you making calls? Are you doing marketing, Facebook posts, Google? Are you finding the buyer? I want you to not only sell my house, I want you to proactively find the buyer. How are you doing this? It's a big question. A lot of real estate agents in the industry, we have a reputation of maybe being lazy, not doing much. And obviously that stems because people have seen that in the past. So get an agent who's going to get up every morning and they're going to sell that house for you no matter what. The average house is on the market for 77 days. It's too long. You should be putting a house on the market 60 days. It should be done, signed, sealed, and delivered. They should know how to market it, and they should know how to sell it. So find a proactive agent. That's number two. Number three, who is the agent powered by? What are their systems? I'm powered by First Team. $1 million plus properties. We partner with Christie's International Real Estate. So ask them, yes, okay, you seem great, but what does your company offer? What systems do they offer? Here at First Team, we have so many systems set in place that it really is almost impossible not to sell your house. Everyone is actively working for you. Whether it's Sneak Peek, where over 2,000 agents with maybe 6, 7, 8,000 qualified buyers see your property even before it goes on the MLS. So ask what systems they have in place. What systems do they have to make sure they're getting qualified buyers? That's what you want. You don't want them to just be saying, oh, we'll be bringing buyers in. You need them to be qualified buyers. You need your agent to be looking at these buyers, looking at their credit score, looking at their proof of funds, looking at their pre-approval letter, making sure they are qualified buyers. Is your agent doing that? Because you don't want to get a buyer, accept an offer, and 3 weeks into escrow, the deal collapses because your agent wasn't due diligent, didn't do their homework. So there's plenty of things there. And when you're working with a good team like First Team, you know, their office managers, the agents, it's going to be beaten into them. Make sure you have qualified buyers. So make sure you have a qualified team working for you. And in First Team, you know, the reason we sell more homes than anyone else is because we focus on the small details. You know, there's so much that goes into selling homes that a lot can be overlooked. But it's the small details, it's the attention to detail that gets your home sold for the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the smallest amount of hassle. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want. Number 4, make sure they're a good negotiator. And you're going to say to me, well, how do we know if they're a good negotiator? We've just met them, or they're a friend. We don't know if they can negotiate or not. Well, a litmus test straight away is if they walk in and they're offering 5% as their commission, and you say, oh, we want to do 4%, and they say, okay, well, is that a good negotiator? They didn't even stand up for themselves. They didn't even stand up for their paycheck. You know, that's a great acid test right there. See if they stand up for themselves. See if they negotiate back. See if they tell you why they're worth 5%, why they're worth 6%. You know, do you want someone on your team negotiating your biggest asset who, without even putting up a fight, comes down from 5% to 4%? That's a great way to see what their negotiating skills are. You know, tell them, okay, well, you do 4%. And if they say, sure, maybe they're not the agent you want. You want an agent fighting for every penny in the deal. And if they can't fight for themselves, can they fight for you? Probably not. Also, you know, if their main selling point is, well, I'm going to charge you 4%, guys. Just think, on a $600,000 house, that's saving you $6,000. That's why you should go for me. If that's the only value add that they can offer, if the only way that they can set themselves apart from the rest or differentiate themselves is by cutting their commission, is that really a good person you want to work with? You know, I call them discount brokers, because the only thing they can do to get your business is to discount their price, because they know they can't compete with the other agents in terms of marketing, in terms of how they come across, in terms of negotiating. So all they do is lower the price of their fee. And for a lot of buyers, that sounds great. Oh, we're going to save $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. That's awesome. We're going to go with you. But long term, at the end of the day, no, it's actually going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars because they can't negotiate. And when you're talking about a $600,000, $700,000, $900,000 house where 5% of the house price could be $45,000, if they can't negotiate $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for you, you're going to end up losing a lot more than the $6,000 or $7,000 in commission that you're saving. So that's definitely something to look for. I think this is number 5. Does your agent have a legal team? You know, in today's world, especially in Southern California where I am, you want to have legal backing. You know, my clients can rest assured at night, we have an in-house legal team. If something goes wrong, if the buyer pulls out and they pulled out unfairly, or they're doing unscrupulous things, we have a legal team backing us all the way. And that can save you thousands and thousands of dollars when it comes to lawyer fees, trust me. Wire fraud is huge. We have a whole team backing that as well. So, you know, ask your agent, do you have an in-house legal team? Because in the modern day world, that's key. Well, in my eyes, it's key, and you know, it makes you sleep a little bit easier at night knowing that you're protected. Number 6, I think energy is contagious. You're going to want to work with someone who has energy, enthusiasm, passion. You want them to be excited about selling your home. You know, if they're, in my opinion, if someone's moaning or like, oh, not happy with their life, and selling your house is maybe a chore, and they're not really like, okay, we'll do it, it's fine. Is that someone you really want to be working with? You know, you want them to be getting up every day. You want them to be talking to people enthusiastically about your property. When an agent calls and says, is the house still available? You want your agent to be, yes, it is, and it's great because of A, B, C, D. You've got to get your clients to come and look at it. So I think a real key factor that's overlooked a lot of time is enthusiasm, passion, energy. yeah, so look for that when you're meeting them at the listing appointment. If they're a little lackadaisical, or you're not feeling, you know, the passion, or you're not feeling the drive from them, maybe you should interview someone else, because let me tell you, that goes a long way. When a house isn't selling, or the market's slightly slower than it has been recently, you need someone with energy. You need someone with passion. You need someone getting up every morning with their sole desire is to get your property sold. So look for that. And number 7, and this is huge as a realtor, and that's integrity. Someone you can trust. You know, the amount of stories I've heard where agents are only really looking for buyers that they have in their buyer pool, so they can double end the deal and get both commissions, the buyer and seller commission. So they're getting deals coming in from outside sources, and they're not telling the owners because they want to try and double end the deal. So integrity is huge. Read reviews. See what the reviews of the agents are. Everyone has reviews these days on Zillow or Yelp or on their website. Use them. You know, everyone's using Yelp these days for restaurants and other things. Use them for your realtor, because integrity is such a big deal. You know, like I just said, you're probably selling the biggest asset in your life. You need to trust your agent. You need to trust that when other agents are calling them, they have your best interests at heart. I can't emphasize this enough, that when it comes to selling your property, integrity is huge. So, you know, look for that too. And once again, that's a vibe thing. You know, I really feel as though you can get a good sense of a human being by talking to them, meeting them, asking them questions. So yes, find someone you can trust. Number 8, hire an agent who knows your market. I keep seeing, you know, on $800,000 houses, agents will go in and will go, well, your house should be listed somewhere between 760 and 820. What do you think? No, if your agent is working your market every day, going to previews, seeing comps, seeing what homes are selling for, they should literally be able to walk into your house, tour it for 10 or 15 minutes and tell you your house is worth $725,000. And then they should give you a strategy of how to sell it. Some owners want to go as high as they can, and then knowing that it will negotiate down. And some owners, what I like to do is price it really competitively to get as much traction, as many people seeing the house, get them attached emotionally, and then hopefully drive up the price through multiple offers. I think that's, you know, the new modern day. I know old school agents love to just price high and hope to get the best offer. But if your agent's like, well, it's somewhere between, you know, 760 and 810, and they're giving you a $50,000 range, they probably don't know the markets. They're leaning on you a little bit. They're covering their backs. They should go in and say, well, look, if you want to price competitively, it's 760. We'll get people in and we'll rise the price up. If you want to price high, 810, that way we'll get some people in, we'll negotiate, and you accept around 790. But don't go with these huge, wide differences. Like, your agent should know your market. They should know what your house should sell for. So ask them questions. And if they're not 100% sure, maybe they're not the right agent for you. Number 9, and I kind of just touched upon it, but do they have a game plan? Like, when you meet them for the first time, that's when they should be at their most upbeat, because they're trying to impress you. You know, are they bringing comps? Are they bringing market trends? Are they bringing a net sheet? Are they bringing information on the neighborhood and why they think you should price it here? And if you priced it here, how would that have an effect on the property? Like, they should have an abundance of information to give you. So ask them what their game plan is. Ask them how they sell houses. Ask them about their marketing. Ask them about their photos, their videos, their websites, how they write in the MLS, how they write in the MLS. Ask them questions. Don't just sit there and let them talk to you and tell you what they want you to hear. You know, ask them, grill them. It's an interview. Like I've said just, 10 times already today, you're selling your biggest asset. You need to hire the best person for the job you possibly can. So grill them. You know, don't just sit there and think, well, they're the expert, I'll do whatever they say. Find some questions that you want answered and ask them and see how they answer it. So that's 9. I really want to get 10 because I think on YouTube, 10 reasons why you should hire a great agent, or 10 reasons why it matters that you hire a good agent. But I'm not sure what my 10th one is right now. I guess it's just a combination of all of them. But at the end of the day, most importantly, I honestly think you have to vibe with your agent. There's a lot of great agents out there. You're going to find a good agent if you do your research. But just because you're meeting someone who sold 300 houses, who they're meant to be the top producer and they've got great reviews, if you don't vibe with them, if you don't have a good rapport, maybe they're not best for you. You know, different people like different things. If they're like boom, 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 and you know, some people might love that, but if that's not what you like and it makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe it's more, you know, maybe it's better if you go with someone who's a bit more laid back, you know, easier to talk to. Some people don't want laid back or easier to talk to. They want the gung-ho, boom, boom, boom. So honestly, I really feel as though choose someone you feel comfortable with. Choose someone you feel comfortable calling at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. and they're not going to shout at you and you're not feeling nervous. Because it should be a, you know, an enjoyable process. Selling your home usually is an exciting time. Maybe you're moving up, maybe you're moving closer to family, maybe you're moving for a job. So it should be an exciting time. So hire an agent who's gonna add to that experience. I think this has been quite a long video, so I'm gonna stop it now. But if you have any questions, reach out. 323-350-5770. You can find me at my website, thebritishbloke.com. YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. And feel free to ask me any questions and I will answer them on my videos. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.